That's a magician.
Science. No, it's not a magician.
That's okay.
It's a
That's science.
scientist.
Okay, all right. All right.
Let me tell you what science
Please
tells
tell
us.
me.
Science tells us that what 80% of the world doesn't speak English.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
melody is king.
Right.
Dr. Luke, getting my boom boom like it's dynamite. Like, you know, it's mathematics. Like,
Melody is king.
firework, bum 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 bum, bum. It's math. It's math. So I always look at artists. So if you name an artist, I could tell you if they're science and magic, right? So like I always say, Drake is the best combination of the two.
Mm-hmm.
He's magical, but he's scientific as fuck. He knows what he's going for. Future was magic, but he turned into science because he figured it out. Let me tell you how you
Along
can tell
the way.
somebody's magic. When they magic, so if an artist is listening at home, this is how you know you magic. You make an album, make 13 songs, and you just want one of them to work, and you're gonna put it out. That's what Future used to do. I'm gonna make a mixtape, put it out. What song y'all like? Okay, that's what I'm gonna push a video for. That's what I'm gonna shoot a video. Because y'all like me, so y'all gonna listen to my album and y'all gonna tell me what y'all like. That's magic. Science is
Tony Montana.
Drake. Here's what you're gonna like. Oh, I'm gonna make a dance song. Left foot, boom. Right, that's science. I'm gonna make a dance song for America. It's gonna be a hit. And then after that, I'm going off to something else.
Let's start working smarter, not harder. This video is for you. As a pharmacy student, I had one exam at least every 2 weeks, not including labs or assignment.
Drake understands what it is. So he's the greatest science magic guy in the game to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the cheat. I would say the cheat code, right? Like most artists are magic, and they should be trying to figure out how to be science. You know what magic is? Okay, let me tell you how you compare the two. You ever seen somebody when they was younger and be like, damn, they was the shit. And then they see them and they older, be like, damn, they fell off. That's because we caught them in a magical moment in their life. Once the magic fades, once the magic does fade away, you're just here.
Yeah, you got to figure out the science of it at that point.
Bow Wow, Jay-Z. Jay-Z was trying to figure out the science. That's why he lasted long and he always got bigger.
Yeah.
Bow Wow came out and just won. That's why when the bubble burst, it just bursted open because it was just like, it was a phenom. What happened? We just were screaming, what happened? It's like,
Right.
With Jay, we could tell you what happened
Right.
because he rapped about it. He told us what he was doing. He told us the plan. He was trying to get to $1 billion on fucking the 96 album, Reasonable Doubt.
And 50 Cent is another good example of
50
that as
Cent,
well.
another good example. He's
Yeah.
mad. 50 Cent understands. You know what? I think the government is doing science on us now. I don't think that Elon Musk and Trump are really beefing.
You don't think so? I've heard that as like a rumor.
I think that they're doing the
I've heard
I
some
think
people-
everybody is doing the WWE.
Interesting.
WWE. Everybody's doing that. We got a beef right now. Well, we're gonna go against each other. We're really friends. I might hit you hard in the public, but don't worry about it. We got to do this because we need to fake you out and make y'all think about something else while we focus on what we're really focusing on.
Right. Yeah.
I hate him. He hates me too. We're really friends. We hate each other. Everybody's talking about that. Nobody's focusing on what they're doing.
That's classic in government. Pick
That's
and roll.
classic in business.
Pick and roll.
Like Jimmy Iovine. Remember him? Doug Morris had him at Atlantic. He just did his deal with Interscope. Doug gets fired from Atlantic,
Right.
from Warner, goes to Universal. He wants Jimmy to bring Tupac and him over. And Jimmy is like, I stuck in this deal. What did they do? They didn't do what they teach us to do. Go get your lawyer. They did the ghetto shit. They paid protesters outside of Atlantic Records, protest Interscope, protest everything they're doing. We hate Interscope. And then Warner dropped them, and they took Interscope to Universal. Jimmy and Doug paid those protesters to do that. That's genius.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be thinking. That's science.
That's the strategy.
I want to
right
get out
there.
this deal. Well, we can't. They're not going to let us out. Let's cause a little ruckus so they can make it a little uncomfortable for them and see how they react to that. And they make it uncomfortable. You go do the deal. They still together. It works.
How much in your career are you thinking about the strategy of these things?
Me?
Yeah.
Every fucking second.
Yeah.
Everything I say. That's why when I
What
say
strategy do you?
and it depends on what the scenario is, right? So like,
Oh, I see her. I see
let me
you.
give you a good thing.
Appreciate you dropping in. Love you.
Let me tell you. Okay, so one of my idols. So first of all, let me just tell you something. I learned everything from movie characters,
Which movies?
movies, TV shows.
Yeah,
That's my teachers. Like
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
said Jay-Z.
So which character? Yeah.
Frank Underwood on House of Cards. Francis Underwood.
Okay.
And so sometimes I was like, I would be saying to myself, what would Francis Underwood do? I never told the story. I'm gonna tell it now. I hope I tell the story. It's not that bad, but
Because of the
I can't tell the story. I don't know if I can tell. Oh my God, they might not trip. They be friends. I'll say so. Look, so I have an artist who was signed to Epic Records. I'm obsessed with L.A. Reid at the time.
Okay.
Like he's the only person on the board I want to work for. L.A. don't know this story. He don't know this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling this. So L.A. was trying to hire me. Mark Stewart was trying to hire me. Because Mark Stewart and Tricky, shout out to Mark and Tricky, they love me. So I can't believe I'm telling this shit, bro. This is crazy. So, because nobody knows I did this, but this some Francis Underwood shit. I retired. Who cares,
All
right?
Who
It's
cares?
like the Flake Gate. It's over,
Let it
right?
go. It's over.
So Mark and Tricky are my brothers, and they love me, and they cheer me on in the building. Man, L.A. Ray Daniels, you gotta mess with him. He is the man. You gotta see him. But L.A. is like, I don't know about this nigga. You know, he's a little too aggressive for me because I was aggressive. I was trying to get to that nigga. I was banging, hey man, fuck with me. He's like, nah, you stay across the street. So I had an artist that I did a deal with, and the deal got done with LA, but I had the relationship with Mark and Tricky. So Mark hits me and says, Ray, we ain't got no money for you right now because Epic was going through some drama. So I was like, really? He was like, yeah, man, you gotta wait till our fiscal year is over, April 1st. By the way, this is like September. And he tell me basically, you gotta wait till April to start your album. I'm like, what? Hell no. So, I'm sitting around, I'm like, man, I gotta get to L.A. Reid. I'm like, this nigga don't like me. And I'm like, and Mark and Tricky are my only friends that get to him. So I'm like,
shit.
what would Francis Underwood do? So I come up with a plan. So I'm like, the music business loves stars. They love artists. Let me tell you something. If you are artists, don't talk unless you have to. That is the artists are the power in the business. Like, nobody plays with artists. Like,
You mean like internally?
I'm
Don't,
talking
the artist shouldn't talk.
I'm talking about like, put like this. An artist can hurt you faster than anybody
Yeah.
because they're on the mic.
Right.
So you just don't play with artists. So,
Right.
so me and my partner, Davon, I hope you're not mad at me. So basically we got to get to LA. It was like, but Mark and Tricky is our only way in getting to him. And LA don't like you personally. I'm like, well, why don't we have Curtis email LA? And then he was like, that's a good idea. But then we was having problems with Curtis at the time. So we didn't want to make him feel like he had the power to email LA because then he would have been like, LA only responded because of me. So we created a fake Curtis email. We created Curtis such and such at such and such. And I emailed LA myself, hey, LA, Ray doesn't know I'm doing this. No one knows I'm doing this, but I heard that I don't have a budget for 8 months, and I really came to this label excited to work with you. So I don't understand, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. LA said, fly up tomorrow. That's how I got my job. That's how I got my job. So that's why he started fucking with me, and then he didn't know.
Wait, so how? Okay, so you fly in the next day?
So no, I fly in. He fly me, Curtis, and Davon lives in New York. We fly to him. We meet him. Our budget gets open. He's like, I like you. He starts fucking with me. He offers me a job a few months later. I got hired.
Oh,
But I had to get to him, but I knew he didn't like me because I knew I was like aggressive, and I knew Mark and Tricky was my brothers, and I didn't want to. And then they quit. So when they quit, it's just me stuck with LA, and I'm like, how am I gonna get to this dude? So I just so these characters in the
That's
movies
incredible.
are inspiring to me. So I watch them because I'm like, what do you got to do to get stuff? So bro, that's how I am. So the way I work is like, I reverse engineer. What do we want more than anything? We just need to get in the room with him. Okay, so I can't go, you can't go, because we'll sell our relationship with Mark and Tricky. So let the artist go. But this nigga is wishy-washy and flips on us all the time. So we can't let him know we need him in the strategy. So we just email him myself. LA hits right back. Hey man, come and see me tomorrow. I can't wait to see you. We fly up. I hit Mark. I'm like, I'm going to LA next week. Why? What's going on? LA, Curtis emailed LA somehow, and all of a sudden LA is flying or something. Mark was like, good for you, man. Go get your money, man.
That's what's up.
But I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. Like that's what and when you get around winners, you realize they're gonna do whatever it takes to
Same
win.
thing.
So that's why I'm like, you can't complain no more. That's why I act the way I act. Cause I'm like, the more you complain and the more you realizing, I brought up the Flake Gate. Tom Brady has cheating on his name at some point, but he's also the greatest quarterback of all fucking time.
All time.
So it's like,
Undebatable.
at some point in time, those 7 rings kind of drown out the Deflate Gate. And then sometimes you start thinking to yourself, why didn't anybody else think to do that?
It's funny you say that because a lot of people feel like to get in this business, you kind of gotta like be formal and it's like, no, man.
No,
You know,
you gotta
and
just
then
be
you
a
saw
real
the
motherfucker
WrestleMania
and just be
41
like,
event.
You do. You gotta be
like, yo, bro,
After
I
the
don't know you,
copyright
man, but
stuff,
I'm a
man,
fan of yours. I wish
uh,
you would give me 5 minutes. I'm telling you,
I
that's
got
what you
hit
gotta
with
do.
copyright.
All that. Hey, man, my
So
name is
that's
such and
what
such, and I represent the entertainment company such and such, and I have an
Yeah.
artist named such and such. By the time you get to the artist, I forgot your name and the entertainment company.
So pretty much what happened after the WrestleMania 41 event, man, I got hit with copyrights, man. So yeah, I had to, had to go live on certain stuff, man. I can't go live on certain stuff, man. I'm trying to I got to keep my channel. So we just watching some music, saying some music stuff for all the artists, man. We all trying to make it out here. So yeah, that's what we doing tonight.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to remember the artist name. Like, what's your name again? It's like, bro.
But important to know though that that's just authentically who you are. Just be authentically who you are,
Yeah.
right? Not everybody has to come with the Ray Daniels type of energy. It could just be you, but you have to be
But you
persistent.
have to
and
know
you gotta
what you
think
want.
strategic.
You have to think
you gotta know what you
strategically.
want.
And by the way, and what I think mistakes people make is they remove themselves from the story. See, I know I'm the main character in my own movie. And I know I write the script. And I know, you guys, my team, I'd be like, yo, y'all all a part of my sitcom. Y'all don't know. Like, I'm like, we just trying to figure out who's going to be in every episode. Like, I really believe that because we should be writing a script to what our life is. I told my team when I wanted to be 3 years ago, I said, this is my goal. The reason why Mike's my manager now, came on the team and run my business because he called me, he said, this is what I think you should do. And I'm like, damn, that's our plan. Okay, you see me the way I see me. So now you get people around you. I got Rocky on the team. You get people around you that see you the way you see you. See, most of the time, people don't see you the way they see.
All right,
people
bro.
don't see you the
Be
way they
safe,
see
man.
you.
Have a good night.
They
Have a
really
good night's
just
sleep,
don't
man.
want no one else to see you, so no one else can take you from them. So they can't. You know what I'm trying to say? So people really be blocking their friends from having blessings because no one wants that person to. Man, if they see you, it's like Life. Remember Life? The kid was playing baseball. They was helping him, and then they can't. The trainer comes and he's like, he's going to the pros, and Martin, his character's like, can I go? He's like, no. He's the player. He's like, well, I coached him. I got other coaches. Sorry, we don't need you. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you start understanding the world and how it works, man. It really becomes easy to understand that you are not the character in this movie. No one cares about you. Just because you woke up today and decided you want to be an artist doesn't mean the world gonna care. So how we gonna make them care?
Right.
Reverse engineer. That's magic. That's science to me. Science is where do you want to end up? Now let's reverse engineer. Magic is I'm just gonna be dope and see where it takes me.
I got Lydia outside. We're gonna do some recording while I finish up my yard work and see if the new auto-tune.
Because you know how this business goes. Everybody wants you when they think somebody wants you, but as soon as you get let go, they like, what happened? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go ask
Damaged
for a
goods.
job. The only reason I chase greatness is because if you chasing it, you know you will never fucking catch it. But
That's
you
a
will
fact.
but when you
Going
look
for
back,
it.
when you stop and look back and everybody's like, that Forrest Gump moment where he was running, he just running because he wanted to run. Then he stopped and looked back and all the people behind you, that's the moment you
That's a
have.
good metaphor.
That's the moment you have. I tell people, I'm like, I swear to God, bro, I started talking on the podcast because I wanted a job. That's all it was.
Really?
That's all it was. I wanted a job. I didn't tell. Okay, so here's what happens. So I wrote a letter called Dear White Music Execs in 2000, right?
Okay.
It went viral. It was on the front cover of Billboard. It was a big
Before
deal.
viral was viral.
This was viral. Like, this was crazy. It was like,
2000?
2020.
Sorry. Okay.
During the pandemic.
Okay.
2020, I wrote a letter called Dear White Music Execs. It was on the front cover of Billboard. And I was basically saying, here's the experience of being black in the music industry. Because what happened was, Aaron Bashuk at the time I was working at Warner, and he basically does an emergency call. And he's like, so they like, if anybody knows in the label business, when they want to do an emergency call, they usually give you a day or two for everybody to get their stuff. Well, if they need to do a company call, they usually give you a day or 2, 3. But this time they was like, everybody get on the Zoom in 15 minutes. What? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I get on the Zoom and Aaron is like, hey, is anybody all okay from this George Floyd thing? And I'm like, what? Is that, we talking about George Floyd on a work call? So he says at the end of the call, he says to any black employees, if you guys want to talk, the floor is yours. We just want to hear you. And I got so mad at him because he's my friend. I got so mad at him because I'm like, motherfucker, nobody's black is going to speak up. It's a miracle we're here. It's a fucking miracle I'm here. So then I write a letter to him. Again, I write a letter to him basically saying, yo, here's what it's like, as a friend. And then I sent it to a couple friends. I sent it to a couple people at Warner, right? Like, yo, y'all want to put your name on this? Because I'm just really saying, it's not my experience, it's the black experience. They was like, ha, nah, you got it. oh, okay. I'm still lost, bro. I'm still like, because the only thing that matters to me is intent. Intent is the most important thing in the world to me. If I'm trying to help you and I hurt you, you hurt me. I was trying to help. Now, I won't try to help anymore, but my intent was to help. I'm sorry I hurt. You feel me? So intention is everything to me. So I wrote the letter and I sent it to them. They was like, nah, you put that on yourself. So I basically sent it to a couple friends. A couple friends was like, yo, you need to send this to Billboard. I'm like, really? I was gonna send it to them. Nah, this is bigger than them. This is bigger than you. This letter has to go out. So it goes out, it goes viral. And then shit hits the fan.
I want to take a quick break in the pod right now and talk to you guys about something I think could be of importance to you. If you're listening to this pod and thinking, I could really use some personal guidance right now, and you're serious about building your career in the music business, I'm now offering one-on-one private strategy sessions. These are fully personalized, just you and me tackling M&M, to producing content for elite brands like the NBA and Nike. I can definitely and confidently say I can help you map out your next moves. Whether you want to talk about structuring your team, navigating the industry, scaling your brand, or just simply learning how to make money in this music business, whatever's most relevant to where you're at, let's talk. You can now book for a fee a one-on-one session with me, an artist manager, and a podcast host, to help you figure out your next steps. Find the link in the description below to book a one-on-one consultation session. Also, big shout out to those who watch this podcast. Bringing value to an audience who seeks it is a blessing. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. I appreciate you. Now let's get back to the pod.
And then it goes out anonymously. And then I stand on it because it went crazy. And then a lot of people from other races was like, I can't respect it because he didn't put his face on it. So I put my face on it. And then it was like, they all called me. And then it's funny because this is just important to say. I didn't even plan on telling a story, but it's important to say. When I wrote the letter, it was really a major moment for me. And all my black friends were telling me, thank you. Man, Ray, thank you for that, man. You really, man, I have black people calling me crying, like, man, you really helped put a light on us. Thank you for that. And I have my white friends telling me, go get paid. They're gonna ask you what you want, get paid. Why would I get paid off of, I didn't write this letter to get paid. I just wrote this letter to show people what it's like, what I dealt with. So I meet with the guys at Warner. They're like, hey, what do you want? What do you want? We just want to make you happy. And I'm like, I don't want nothing, guys. I didn't write the fucking letter. I just wrote the letter. This is not my story. This is our black story. So anyway, they was like, well, we love you. And here's the bad part. You've been in the business. So I usually tell people not in business and they don't understand it. But you know, in our business, when you're on a contract, they usually give you 6 months out before they're about to renew or before they're about to let you go, right?
Yep.
Those guys told me and my attorney for 11 months, Ray is our guy. The last 11 months of my contract, he's our guy. Don't take him nowhere. He's the only, we need him. And then 3 days before my contract was supposed to be sent to me, they was like, oh, nothing's coming.
Really? After
Yeah.
you wrote that?
Well, I found out it was the letter. I wrote the letter 2 years before that. They was just waiting.
Oh.
They was just waiting
Okay.
to like let me go.
Okay.
So, or not renew my contract rather, right?
Okay.
So it was one of them things where I was like, damn. So now, like it puts me in a bad position. But as soon as you get let go, they like, what happened? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go ask
Damaged
for a
goods.
job. Yeah, damaged goods. So I was like, you know what? Somebody just asked me a question. Because my thought process was, if they see I'm in Atlanta, that's another thing that makes it hard. I'm not a New York or LA guy. So, you know, New York or LA, you could fall into a check. I'm in Atlanta. You got to get out there. So I just started putting content of me talking about the business out there. And it's like the business got scared of me. You know who actually helped me? Puff. On God. It was Puff Daddy. He posted me. I'd never met the man. I don't even know him. He posted me. Well, I met him, but he met me as Tehran's manager. He probably didn't even know who Tehran is, right? So I met him, but he posted me and was like, this guy is spitting. Ray, I don't know who you are, but you're, and then he left me on his page for like 2 weeks, just me.
What was the post?
About R&B being dead.
Okay.
Like I was like, basically R&B is this. So he really helped it. And then my peers start coming in fucking with me. Then they start saying, I want to do the show. So for me, it's like, and by the way, I don't take nothing personal, but basically, this is how I describe my life. This is how I describe my life. I was outside with a bullhorn, outside of the 3 buildings saying, man, if artists need to do this to win, labels need to do this to win. And I was hoping that they were seeing me. And then I turned around and there was a whole group of people behind me like, we see you. And I'm like, well, damn, let me just talk to them now. So that's why I was like, fuck music. I just let it go. Cause like the one thing that's disappointing is to love something you can't control. It's to love something you can't, like you love it. It's like I love the Knicks. I can't control them. It's painful. It's like shit. I'm being honest. It's really because it's like I love him and I want to see him win so bad, but I don't have no control. So it's painful. So you got to have a different relationship with it. Like, you are what you are. I'll come to you when I want to feel good, but when I'm not, I'll go over here. But yeah, man, it's just a lot, man. Like, but so basically, I wrote the letter. I basically was blackballed. And then the artist that I signed, his manager was shitting on me, telling people bad shit about me. I don't even know why.
Wait, the artist that you signed?
The artist that, so it's a famous artist I signed. I don't want to say his manager name because he's a bitch to me. But he was basically going around telling everybody bad shit about me, like Reyes, he's against people. So now I got him destroying my name, and he's managing the artist that I signed. That's kind of like my claim to fame.
Oh, right,
But
right,
they
right.
got him destroying my name because they told him I said something in the meeting that I thought was a compliment. I was basically trying to make the label see. I'll tell you, I was trying to make the label see. So the label was basically like, they sit A&Rs down and they go, Ray, we need a hit.
Right.
And I'm like, I mean, I make hits for a living, but it's hard to make a hit when we just gave this kid all his money and he has all the stuff and he has full reins and you guys want me to do it. Now, I don't mind doing it, but you guys have to have my back. Don't send me in there and I go become Joe Clark on his ass and be like, this is what we gonna do. And then he come tell y'all, I don't like my A&R. Then you be like, fuck you. That happens.
Of course.
So I'm like, yo, just have my back. So I had all these things weighing on me and I just went online and I just started talking. And I feel more powerful than I did. And fuck all of them. Fuck everybody. When everybody was thanking me, when I fucking wrote the letter, did nobody stand up when they did me dirty? And I understand why. I ain't gonna fuck my money up for you, Ray. So then Ray gotta say, well, I can't fuck my money up for you either then.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are doing to fix missing and broken teeth. The company everyone has been raving about is called.
So now you gotta act like, you know what I'm trying to say? So you start understanding where you gotta focus.
Yeah.
So I start focusing on me and
On the
mine.
people. Yeah.
This shit is good.
Yeah.
If I don't focus on it, dog, my phone don't ring no more. Nobody calls me unless they need Tehran. I love it. Don't be my friend. I don't want to be friends with people that are only transact. I'm a real fucking friend, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like if I fuck with you, bro, I'm If I fuck with you, bro, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
And those people I fuck with. But
Yeah.
dog, do you understand that my mother was a school bus driver making $2,000 a month? My mother drove Usher. Usher rode my mother's school bus when he was at elementary school. Now I make hits for the nigga. You know what the fuck that mean to me as a man? My mother was driving school buses. Like, that's where I come from. Why would you want to hurt me? My thing is, I don't want to hurt nobody. If I heard you did some foul shit, I'm calling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with the game. A nigga heard you did some foul shit, he gonna call everybody but you. Why you ain't call me and tell me what I did?
Right.
You
Right,
don't
right,
want,
right,
because
right,
you
right.
want me to be the bad guy. You need me to be the bad guy. Then it start telling you your power. Then it start telling you your power that you have. Like, damn, why is everybody coming after me? Damn, God, I need to stop and listen. Maybe you telling me I'm more powerful than I thought I was. Then I start a podcast and I step outside and people's like, you changed, oh my God. I'm like, wow, maybe I got to trust the journey. I thought I had to control it when I should trust it. So I just trust it. I enjoy it. And it's the most fun I had in my life. And for me, my agency is taking off. I got clients coming in. What I'm doing on the amplification side, shit is good. Like, all I can
You
do.
good, man.
What else could you worry about? And not only that, it's very important to say, I'm gonna take my glasses off. Nobody's a better scientist at this shit than me. That's why I can say what I say about Bow Wow, and none of these industry niggas want to argue with me on record. That's why these niggas whisper around me. They don't want to talk to me because I have a spirit. God has put something in me that y'all can't stop. I don't even know what it is, but I don't want to use it for bad. I want to help us.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all are intimidated by something that I have that you don't. And the only reason I could recognize it because when I was a kid, I felt the same way about some people. And then I found out my purpose, and now I'm like, I don't feel like that no more. So I get it. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm not gonna let you use it against me.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep going forward. Simple as that.
Blinders on. Ray, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother.
This is a good conversation, man.
Thank you,
so
bro.
much for spending the
I've been
time.
wanting to talk to you, man, because keep doing it, man. And
Thank you.
And my
Thank you.
thing to you, I tell you
Tell me.
is we're men. And in today's society, women have a huge voice in there. I'm not mad at it. I love that.
For sure.
But we're men. And when you coaching as a man, sometimes you got to coach hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to push hard. My whole thing is let's not stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep pushing the culture forward. Let's say what you can do better because that's how you win.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
did this today. What we going to do tomorrow? What we going to do the next day? And next thing you know, you're just an over fucking achiever who can, dog, me and Tehran compete to see who can make the most each other, who can make the most money.
And it's crazy because sometimes people's society now look down on overachievers. It's just
Yes.
like it's a sin, which
Oh,
is like, come
nah,
on, man.
they call them pick me niggas. We're so fucked up. If a nigga try, but niggas like, I'm a great man. I'll take you out. I cook. I love my family. Oh, pick me, nigga. Sit down. It's like that's society we live in. Effort is whacking our society.
Yeah, I mean,
And we gotta
mine
stop
too.
that
I'm
shit.
Latino.
Effort-
That happens
yeah,
as well too.
Exactly.
Latino.
Effort, it can't be. Latino. My brother.
He
can believe.
knows. You know, it
Yeah.
happens with us too, man.
Yeah.
Fortunately, but it's got to be a different generation that thinks differently.
But to
this-
me, it has to be led by. It has to have masculine voices.
Yeah.
Because a woman's voice is nurturing. A man's voice is supposed to be a little different. It's like that's why they say don't let me call daddy,
Mhm.
because daddy ain't talking.
Mhm.
You gonna fucking do this or that's it, right? And I think that society needs more of that. Music needs more of that. The artists need to be scared of their CEO. I don't want to piss them off. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how them younger artists was. And that's why they was blown up, because they knew their CEO was going to take them to the top. Now CEOs can't take you to the top. They don't even know what the fuck to do. Call your and by the way, there's one thing I'm gonna say this for your platform. The music business, we're gonna know the music business is doing good when they get rid of the distribution fee.
It's gone now though in a lot of places. If you have the leverage and you do a licensing deal,
If you
can
have
take
the leverage, you can do license deal, but
Yeah.
they'll go down from 20% to 17, 16. So and for the record, when everybody needs to understand what the distribution fee is,
Yeah.
when they would put your record out back in the day,
Yeah,
they would
that's the
ship
biggest
it.
fucking finesse.
That's the biggest finesse. That's
Biggest
how I
fucking
know they don't.
finesse.
That's how I know
Bullshit.
they don't want to
Straight
see us
bullshit.
eat, because
Yeah, because distribution back in the day, I mean, you could
you
tell
had to
that, but
physically press it. So back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the day,
like, I
when
get
so
it.
back in the day when you had put an artist out, new artists, success artists, then you had to ship to stores. You had to pay for the product, and if the product didn't sell, they shipped it back to you.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So that's why they
a
charge you a
cost.
distribution fee.
Yeah,
That they had a warehouse, they had to pay and everything. Now they just press a button to upload it, and they still keep the same 20% charge.
Yeah,
And so that means when people talk about labels taking 85-15, 85-15, when people say that, that's 85-15 after they take their 20 off the top,
yes.
just to distribute your music. Now 80 is left, and they take 85% of that and give you 15% of that 80.
Well, what you can do now, if you do have the leverage, you tell them obviously you're not taking the masters. It's
Yeah.
a license deal of
Yeah.
the master, so you can own it and you could say. But now instead, you could say you can actually get away with a 70-30 or 60-40 in the favor of the artist, and take the distribution.
No,
off.
I have that, but
Yeah.
they still do it. They still do it.
No, they're always going to fight
it's
for
a
it.
mandate.
They're always
they
going to
have
fight for it.
When I worked at a label, the mandate was I'm dead serious. At no time do we ever give away the distribution fee. That's how they think.
Yeah.
I know we sure.
Don't do, no. I mean, I'll talk about this all day.
Yeah.
But I know you got to get out of here. But
But
it's
I
funny
said,
because
but the distribution fee though.
I had in 2016 while all that stuff was happening and everything. I remember having a bunch of conversations. Somebody said to me, and we put out records independently. One record independently went crazy, and then we had everybody coming to me. And I remember, I'll never forget this one conversation. I'm like, I don't know what you can offer us that we're not already doing. And he's like, well, we have distribution. I said, so do I. It's called the internet.
Everybody does.
Lost his fucking mind in the meeting. But yo, Ray, thank you so much for doing this,
Thanks for
man. I
having me, man.
appreciate you.
Thanks
It's
for
been
having me,
great,
man.
Pretty good interview right there. Really good, really, really, really good one. Really good.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's not about my clients winning. And it's not even about the award. It's about making sure that the songwriters who are the last person on the totem pole, who are so belittled that they didn't even make an award in 80 years for them.
Yeah.
80 years.
Yeah.
There's something wrong there.
So speaking of ecosystems, let's talk about hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that journey
We
and working with Merck.
Yeah, I mean, Merck is like one of my OGs. He's like a dad to me. And I was so fortunate. I got to know him one day, years before he started Hypnosis. I used to have this little YouTube producer. And this producer made a song with this artist who's like this vulgar rapper. And he's like, Nick, this artist stole my beat. They didn't pay for it online. Here's the name of the manager. Merck. I was like, Merck, that's a hard name.
That is a hard name.
I was like, damn,
Yeah.
okay. Like, I thought he was like Merck,
Merck a man,
he's
yeah.
gonna Merck somebody. And I call this
Do they
guy.
say Merck in the U.S. or is that a Canadian thing?
Maybe it's
I think
Canadian.
it's a Toronto thing.
Yeah, I didn't remember
You
it
ever
from
heard of
Toronto.
Merck? Yeah, it's a Toronto thing for sure.
It's a crazy word.
Merck
So,
means like in Toronto. That's slang for like killing
to
somebody.
kill, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, his name is Kill in slang.
Yeah, shit.
I called this guy.
I remember thinking the same thing when I saw his name.
He's like, hey, mate, so sorry about this happening. You're so polite, so kind. He's like, we're going to figure this out, mate. And we had this little friendship from there. You know, I was calling him initially like, oh, why'd your artist steal the song? But by the end of it, I was like, I love this guy. And then I was Googling him and I'm like, Elton John and Rolling Stones and da-da-da. What? Why is he managing this little rapper? He's an icon. I was like, damn, I got to really even be more humble. So I always remembered that about him. And then years later, I started to see he was buying these catalogs. It was the very beginning of Hypnosis. He had done 2 deals, just did the Dream deal. And I called him up. I was like, yo, Merk, you know, the Dream and, you know, he's signing some other things. I said, Merk, we got to make the Avengers and sign Stara. And he was like, wow, I love that. Let's go. So we went ahead and we worked on this deal and it was crazy. The multiples, everything that we did, I was like, wow, this is insane. Merk called me. He's like, look, mate, we closed the deal, but I never want to be on the other side of the negotiating table from you again. You got to come with me now.
What was
Come
that?
into Hypnosis.
What do you think made him say that?
He liked the way that I do business.
Okay.
And, you know, he knew everybody in the industry. And he said, Nick, I know everybody in the industry. You have something special about you that's like me, where not everybody's going to understand us, but there's no one who's going to fight as hard for artists like you.
Yeah.
We're artist driven. So he said, I'm going to break the music industry, Nick. Watch. I'm going to raise the multiple. And that's what we did.
And let's just, so for those who don't know, Hypnosis, what was that? Because I think there's individuals who are, you know, trying to understand the business at a higher level. So I think Hypnosis is an incredibly important company in the business of the last, you know, decade for sure.
It's a legendary journey that we went on, you know.
Yeah.
Hypnosis Songs Fund was one of the first institutional investors into music, but definitely the group that raised the multiple meaning the value of a song.
Correct.
In this exponential way.
Yeah.
Before Merk, those deals were done quietly behind the scenes by big companies that knew this artist, I don't know, Hootie and the Blowfish, he's struggling for money. So let's buy him at a 3 or 4 or 5 multiple.
Really? That's what
you
the
know,
multiple, okay,
maybe
wow.
a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 multiple.
Yeah.
But it was like sync multiples. Merk said, that's not correct. We need to pay writers more. Nick, this is how we're going to do it. And I became like a goon for that mission. You know, whatever it took, I would do. And
You were on the ground floor?
I was global head of song management for over 2 years. And 2 years before that, I sat on the advisory board. So I was during the whole journey, you know, working with Merk and the team before he built out the team, before he built out the executive team.
Okay.
I was his mini Merk. So for me, I was fortunate enough to be put in the room with Dolly Partons and all of these incredible legacy artists. I mean, I knew all the Rihannas and whoever, the younger demographic talent, but I had never gotten a chance to really get to know these iconic legacy artists. And Merk was the one who opened up that door for me. Merk was the one who told me about securitization of assets and song funds. And
What is that? Securitization
it's when
of
you go
assets.
and leverage the annual payments of an asset of a song against itself to be able to provide debt, to be able to buy the catalog. That's how these funds work. It's based on, you got to raise money and then you take that money and you put it into the asset. I was a part of over $1 billion in transactions during that time because of Merk.
Mhm.
And just to be able to be in that environment during that time was like, you know, Dallas Cowboys during their Super Bowl run. You know, it was an unbelievable time.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a little break because if you're listening and thinking, fuck, I could really use some guidance right now, and you're serious about building your career in the music industry, I'm now offering private strategy sessions. These are fully personalized, just you and me tackling whatever you need in your career. With over 16 years of experience working with artists, managers, and brands, I can help you map out your next moves. Now, whether that's structuring your team, scaling your brand, navigating the industry, even figuring out
Why
what
he's
steps to
doing
take, whether
that?
to go to a distributor or to a record label and figuring out what are the best deal points. I can help you with your career with where you're at.
While he's talking about his ad, yo, y'all comment in the feed. Let me know you here, man. Like I said, we're just going over some stuff just looking at some stuff about the music industry and everything like that, man. All artists that are here that are in the stream, man. Make sure to tap in. Make sure to comment. Let me know you're here, man. Tell me what you think or what's going on in this interview. And we're all taking lessons and learning. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, y'all.
So I knew it could be number one again. And, you know, there was no formula or format on how to do that. All I knew was like, oh, you know what? Female rap is popping. There's this kind of like booty style beats that are going on. This sample sounds like that. We must have done 150 different versions. And maybe it would be for Meg Thee Stallion or for this one or for Cardi or for Nicki. It's crazy. There's this thing called the 100 Monkeys theory. They say if 100 monkeys learn how to drive a car, then monkey number 101 on another island will know how to drive a car too. And, you know, we were working on that for like over a year. And then all of a sudden, Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, comes out. Dr. Luke and them sampled it. And it's the exact formula of what I see in my head. But I didn't have anything to do with creating that. But that's how song management works. It's about the spirit of the song first and seeing a vision in something. And that's what the biggest part of Hipgnosis was for me, because I was global head of song management. So my job and my purview was, how can I extend the lifeline of this catalog? How can I enhance the value of these songs? And how can I bridge the gap where I look at every song to me as a songwriter? I look at songs as people, you know, and I learned that working with Merk.
What else you learn working with Merk?
Man, everything. I got a charge to tell you guys those secrets.
Well, I asked that not to spill the tea, so to speak, but it's more so just, I think this is an individual who has had a tremendous impact in his career through the different levels of his career. You know, through management, through song management and acquisition. I think it's just a special talent. And so what I really am just kind of wanting to understand is just identifying that talent within him.
Working with Merk is like working with like a Benjamin Franklin or something. Like
that's what I mean. Yeah, he's a trailblazer in so many ways.
Beyond trailblazer. I mean, he rewrote the management business with his first business when he started rolling up all the managers and Beyonce's managers.
Yes.
He broke the management business. Then he went on to songs and broke the song industry, helped songwriters get enriched, changed the entire economy of different cities with the investments that he made. And he was bold enough and brave enough to take chances. The biggest thing I learned from Merk was putting the artist first and being relentless and ruthless about that mission, because everybody else will try to put them second. So for us, while we built Hipgnosis, it was about artists first.
I need people to understand what that means, because the greatest managers in this business really understand what that means. So I would say, as an example of that, is like, you are truly, truly giving your life to that artist in many ways, because the amount of fighting, the amount of like being the attack dog for the artist, the amount of strategizing or communications. I joke around and say the artist will call you like at 1 a.m. when you're trying to sleep, and your wife is like, why are you taking the call? But the reality is, if your artist is calling you at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and you're aligned, more times than not, it's an exciting call. But if you're not aligned, and if there's something that's going on, you also want to take that call because you feel like there is something that isn't in sync and you need to help figure that problem out. Like, it's such a deep position to operate from as a manager for an artist. And I really want you to like explain or expand on what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is a very specific role, and it's not for the faint at heart, but it is also one of the most, if not in my opinion, the most exciting role in the music business.
Being an artist advocate can feel like being an enemy of the state, you know, but at the same time, you can be a hero, you know, and the same people that can hate you are the same people that can love you the next day, because we all want the same thing. Like, people think, you know, oh, I'm going to buck against the majors, but the majors are no longer the gatekeepers. The algorithm's the gatekeeper. The major labels are the gate openers now. So instead of trying to fight the system, It's about enhancing the system. But for us, and for me specifically, the way that I could enhance the system was by enhancing the artist. The only person who ever let me in, who ever gave me a job, whoever believed in me was the artist that I believed in.
Yeah.
So I had to ride for my people.
So true.
And I have been through situations where, you know, the biggest conflicts, and I've had multiple situations where the chairmans of 2 different labels and their 2 biggest artists were fighting over songs, and everybody's calling me, and I have basketball players and moguls calling me, yo, Nick, you better give the song to so-and-so. But it's like, it's all about integrity, like I said, and fighting for what that artist actually wants. So I think at the end of the day, being an artist advocate means being brave enough to do that. You know, when Star was on her massive run, we had over 80 cuts that year. I remember thinking to myself, damn, who's the songwriter of the year at the Grammys? I looked it up and there was no songwriter of the year award. And I was like, wait, is this a mistake? Isn't it the music business? Isn't it songs? Isn't the Grammys about that? I was so confused. At the time, I had a friend, Shirley Halperin, who was like, hey, Nick, if you want to write these articles for Variety, she's the editor of Variety, go ahead. And I was like, okay, well, I got this idea, Grammy Songwriter of the Year Award. Why doesn't it exist? Hey, I got this idea, mental health and music. Why doesn't it exist? Let's break the stigma. We did the Grammy one, and, you know, to Evan Bogart's credit, he was like, yo, I love this. We got to make it happen. He helped us put together the package. They brought it to the Grammys. And a few months later, I got the word down, okay, it's not happening. And I was so sad. But I had this dream like, wow, you know, if we can help make this happen, that would be so crazy. Coming from Canada, coming from what I came from, just even like inching forward towards that would be crazy. I knew by the time it would happen, it may not be Stara having all the hits at that time. But I'm like, maybe the next Stara will get this award that they deserve. And I got a call a few years later from David Israelite, the head of NMPAA. And he was like, Nick, man, I think it's time for you to make another one of those Grammy Songwriter of the Year articles. It's like a month before the Grammys, or 2 months before the Grammys or something. And you could Google this stuff. I wrote the second article, literally 2 weeks later or less. Grammy announces Songwriter of the Year category coming. And it's like, that's what being an artist advocate is about. It's about being brave enough to, I may not have made that happen, but if I was even a catalyst for that change, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's not about my clients winning. And it's not even about the award. It's about making sure that the songwriters who are the last person on the totem pole, who are so belittled that they didn't even make an award in 80 years for them.
Yeah.
80 years.
Yeah.
There's something wrong there.
Mhm.
And for me, I'm looking for those moments, you know?
I appreciate you saying that. In this day and age, how do you think the songwriters should be compensated? Because the music business is nothing without the songwriters. So, and the songwriters are getting the shit end of the stick here a lot of times. And unless you have a massive hit record, a songwriter, not the producer, even though producers are considered songwriters, yes, I know, but I mean the person that's penning the lyrics and the melodies, it could, it's hard for them to survive in this business. They don't get most of them, the majority of them, don't get a piece of the master.
Correct.
They have publishing, and quite frankly, if it's for a bigger artist, even if the artist didn't pen a single word on that song, they are going to ask for publishing as well.
Yeah.
So how do you think this business needs to change, you being somebody that's such an advocate for songwriters?
If you want to understand the future, you got to look at the past. And the music industry at its very beginning, you know, some of these big PROs today that exist, Performance Rights Organization, they were smashing windows of barbershops for not paying the jukebox money. It was a very gangster industry.
Yes.
That was started based on taking advantage of minority groups and all of these corrupt things. And songwriters were usually that group that they would take advantage of. So the program was different for the writers than for the producers, who were usually these people in control that were in these different socioeconomic positions to be able to write the rules on the business. The issue is that in 80 plus years, as we became less gangster in the music industry, the business didn't change. So writers should receive master points on records. It's something that I wouldn't go in to run a major record label tomorrow unless they put it in my agreement. They're like, Nick, we want you to be the president of label X. I would only do it if every writer gets some fractional point of master. Even if I took 1 point and split it between the 50 writers on a song, that would be 50 times more than the writers are getting now.
Now, yeah.
So little changes like that, I think, need to occur because we can't always brush away the people who are the foundations of what we're doing. And I think society over the last 100 years has changed so much, and those people without a voice have a voice today. And I think the mission with writers is not over yet. Creating a guild for songwriters and producers, building together mental health organizations that can scope across major labels and across different companies to provide the talent and the staff with help. You know, they said 75% of executives in music face depression. Where's their therapy session? You know, I think for us, it's about looking at the numbers, looking at the data. But I imagine now it's even more complicated than ever before because every day there's more songs coming out than came out in a decade in the 60s.
Right.
It's 10 years worth of songs a day.
In a day.
And if you go listen to all the songs that came out in the 60s, those are really good songs.
Yeah.
So imagine the mental health state. Imagine the pressure that they face. Imagine how little money you're making. So having something like giving a little point to a writer, that shouldn't be an issue. Giving an artist the chance to have access to therapy, it shouldn't be an issue. Taking somebody off of tour when they're exhausted, and so having something like giving a little point to a writer, that shouldn't be an issue. Giving an artist the chance to have access to therapy, it shouldn't be an issue. Taking somebody off of tour when they're exhausted and having fevers and it looks like they're about to die shouldn't be an issue, you know?
Yeah.
Build a website you love with Wix.
So that was pretty interesting. That was interesting. Pretty good podcast. Really good stuff going on. Really good information.
Hey, Tifo, you going crazy.
Most people that don't know, go purchase my singles on iTunes now. My new single that just dropped on the 18th of August, Everything Gucci, is available now.
You can copy someone's content. You can copy their outfit, their captions, their schedule, their slogan. You can copy their magnetic. You'll never through pressure max because I feel it.
You know how many superstars we would have if that's all it took was 100 grand?
Yeah, if you had exactly, that's the formula.
You know what I mean?
If you're a new artist, a lot of people get it twisted where they say, oh man, if I can just get this music to Russ,
Yeah.
and he's gonna love it, my life is gonna change.
It's like, then what? Like, what would I do for you?
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
It's like, I can't make people like your shit.
Or you can't make them like, like they still gotta do the work.
Yeah, I can give you 100 grand
Yeah. But
right
what do
now.
you do with that?
You don't even know what to do with it.
Right.
And it's also like 100 grand's not gonna make you be a superstar. You know how many superstars we would have if that's all it took was 100 grand?
Yeah, if you had exactly, that's the formula.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. But let's say that though. Okay, well let's just, for argument's sake, brand new artist, or even 10 grand or 1K, how do they put that money to work? Because I know back then,
yeah,
you and Bugis, you guys spent 5K
Listen to
to
this,
build
y'all.
out the studio,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And an amazing thing that you talk about,
If that was like 2,500. Yeah.
what's that?
It was like 2,500.
It was like 2,500?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go,
Yeah.
right? And it was a simple setup just to
Yeah.
record,
Yeah.
but you own the means of operation.
Right. That's mandatory.
Right.
If you're an artist and you don't have the studio in the house, you are bullshitting. Straight up. Straight up. Like,
Yep.
what?
You
can't
heard it.
even get
You
in
heard
as
it.
many
You heard
reps
it.
as I can.
Yeah.
You know? And you don't need a crazy expensive, you don't even need that setup. You know? Like,
What does an artist need today?
you need a mic, your fucking laptop. You don't even need speakers, dog. Like when I record in hotel rooms, I don't even use speakers. I don't have a mic stand. I hold the mic. I got the audio interface and I got my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I made Ain't Nobody Take My Baby Like That, platinum,
Crazy.
in the hotel room in Toronto.
I love your affinity for Toronto, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
yes.
a good city.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you work with a lot of people from Toronto, from,
Yeah.
you know,
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it. You just heard it from Russ. You just heard it from Russ, bro. 100K won't make you a star because he can give you 100K and you still won't know what to do with it. If you don't know, listen. If you don't know, if you're an artist, bro, get you a studio in your house. Get a mic, get a laptop, or a PC. You know, slowly build up your set, man. And that's how I look at it. That's pretty much everything that I have done. For me as an artist over the years, I got tired. One thing that I definitely got tired from was recording, going to other people's places to record music. Like I was spending a lot of money, and you know, it's no hate, it's no shade thrown at those people who know more than what I know. You know, engineers and everything. They definitely know more than what I know when it comes to recording and mixing and mastering. But the one thing that I solely wanted to focus on as an artist is I wanted to record. If I got something in my brain that I want to let loose, I can just go straight to my studio space, crank up my software, get my mic hot, have my lyric book, right, and record. That was my whole thing, because I just got tired of paying for it. Because like some studios, not all studios that I recorded in are all the same. Most of them don't use the same terminology when it comes to recording. But for me, it was more of I just got tired of paying for recording time to where I may hear something and let's just say I'll go to a studio I'll track out the song. Lay down vocals. Engineer do a quick mix, send it to me. Once we get done with the session, he'll send it to me on my way home. Send it to me out the door. Put a little quick mix on it, send me on my way. Then he may do more mixing with it later. But I may hear something in that mix, or I may hear something that I can do more. I can do more stuff in the song. There's a lot of things that I can do that I didn't do when I was there because I didn't hear it when I was there. And then I would probably have to pay more money just to go back in and track more stuff. And that's pretty much what I got tired of. I just got tired of paying an excessive amount of money for stuff to where I can just go. I'd rather just invest that stuff into me. Invest the equipment, invest all the equipment, recording, interface, monitors. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not crazy expensive monitors where I get like the most beautiful sound, but it's the sound that I can rock with right now for my budget. But for me, I wanted to level up. I wanted to get to a point to where I'm tracking my own music. I'm tracking pretty much now to even now to the day, dude. I'm tracking all of my music, all of the music that I come out that track. I don't go to nobody else's studio. I track out literally in my room, and I'm already looking at the next bigger picture of expanding my studio, because of course at the end of the day I want to have my own, even my own like space, or not even building, but like, let's just say my backyard right now. I can build a tiny house, a tiny house in my backyard, and that tiny house in my backyard could literally just be my studio. It's just a tiny house just built just for the studio, to where all of my stuff is recorded there. It is completely soundproof. It's soundproof, everything, to where you won't even hear nothing. I'm beating out. The music is beating out. But for the most part, what Russ is saying is true. If you don't have your own, slowly having your own studio to where you can record in your own studio, at least get to that point as an artist, then what the fuck are you doing? You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. To me, you're not growing to where, if you're gonna do this, game, if you're gonna be a part of this game, be a part of this world, you gotta put in, man. Invest in yourself. I mean, it's cool. It's always cool, of course, going and working with other engineers and everything, and other producers in their studios and stuff. That's cool once in every while, but majority of the things that I do, that I want to do, I want to say at least 93% of everything that I record I tracked everything from home. And what I want to get better with slowly for surely is, of course, sending off my files and everything, sending off the session files, everything that they need that I done in the session, and making sure they get it correctly, the way they can, mix and master, and then eventually, I want to get to like really mixing my own stuff, really understanding and mixing my own stuff, have my own plugins and all like that locked in to where I know exactly how to mix my own music. It's a slow game, man. But like I said before, there's no shade towards anybody that I've ever worked with. But just trying to save my money. save my money and invest my money into me, because this is what I love and this is what I love doing. And of course, I want to continue to keep bringing the music, getting better, not only from the artist standpoint, but also just from the music standpoint, from the studio recording quality standpoint. I want to get bigger and better. And believe me or not, I'm not opening up my personal studio for outside people to come in. No, invest in your stuff, bro. Would I open up a public studio? Yes, I would. To where I have quality engineers in there. But in terms of me technically recording there, that's just me giving back to the public. But in terms of me like tracking and me doing sessions, no. 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 But yeah, what Rush said, just invest in yourself, man. That's basically what he's saying. Invest in yourself. And just know 100K won't make you a star. Just like with some of the previous interviews. The major labels are not necessarily in control anymore. It's the algorithm. The algorithm is the gatekeeper right now. The algorithm is definitely the gatekeeper. So, the only thing you can do as an artist is just get better. Get better on all aspects of it all, especially with recording, writing, song composition, everything, man. The only way you can get better is if you just got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Learn how to do it. Learn how to use recording software. Like, I didn't go to school for my new single, Everything Gucci. You hear my verse, you hear my verse, and you hear my hook and everything like that. I want to say Everything Gucci may be the first song. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. It may be the first song. I mean, I got a whole lot of songs that I recorded, but I think it was the first song that I recorded straight from this. No, it isn't. It isn't. I apologize. Victory Lap is the first song that I tracked and recorded myself. I tracked that song myself and recorded it, and then I sent it off to get it mixed and mastered. But yeah, Victory Lap is the very first song that I did, that I actually tracked from my own studio space. And then Everything Gucci is the second. And then from here on out, any and everything that I track and record, that I track, I'll be doing it live. I probably won't be doing it live. Maybe. But I know for sure anything that I release, further future releases, everything will be done in my studio space. I will be tracking the session myself. So yeah. Still gonna send it out to engineers. Just trying to make sure you get the engineers that I already got my engineer, the one that I really want, because I feel like he really can rock. He really knows my sound. But yeah, any song that I drop, bro, any future releases that I do, believe me, trust me, I track everything from my studio session, from my studio space, from my studio. No cap. Period. Straight up, though. Everything Gucci, y'all. Available now, man. Go check that out. Let's get back to this interview.
Aaron Paris.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He just scored the trailer.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah.
Shout out Aaron
He's
Paris,
a genius,
man.
bro.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Strings from Paris.
Yeah.
Fire. Did you have him on tour?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. I remember seeing him on Instagram when he had like 10,000 followers.
That's how I found him.
Doing
just
the
being
videos.
a nutcase in his room, playing every instrument.
Playing every
It's like,
instrument.
bro,
Same.
you're an alien. Where are
Same.
you at?
Yeah. And then I know, you know, Boy Wonder,
Of course.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Justin Nozuka on Santiago.
I love Justin Nozuka.
Yeah, he's
man.
dope. I just had coffee with his brother like 2 months ago.
George.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Justin's crazy talented. But yeah, bro, it's like you got to have the studio in the house at least. You got to have some setup. They can be janky, but you got to be able to get the reps in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whoa, man, amazing car. When did you become a millionaire?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
I'm in sales.
Okay, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
You're only as good as your sales reps and your CRM.
What CRM do you use?
We used to use one of the old legacy CRMs, but it just didn't give us the speed and agility that we needed. But then we switched to Monday CRM and sales started flying.
Why is the CRM so important?
Well, no specific CRM can make you a millionaire, but if you want to move fast in today's world, you need a CRM that doesn't hold you back. Monday CRM propels you forward. Instead of spending time messing around with old systems, you can invest in relationships, in cultivating leads, and in closing deals.
One last piece of advice for our viewers.
Make sure you have the right tools for your journey. If not, stop now, find the right CRM. For me, that's Monday CRM. Then move forward and nothing can stop you.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
There's no way around that.
Now, if somebody does have a budget of, let's say, $10,000, what do we? So obviously, own the means of the operation, so
Sure.
the studio. What are they
10
gonna-
grand. We're going to assume like you have other ways to pay your bills outside of this 10 grand.
Yes.
Because for some people, it's like, dog, put that 10 grand towards your life.
Yes.
So you have peace of mind.
Fair enough.
So you can create from a like clear headed, you know what I mean? But let's just assume like this is just some extra shit. I don't super believe in ads like
Okay.
that. Just because I think that ads only work if it's a moving train. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like if you have something that is organically moving and then you spend some money on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you can't believe me, I've spent far more than 10 grand on ads for a song that wasn't organically moving and it didn't make it move.
Even bigger, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because people didn't like the song like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with 10 grand for a new artist, I would say put that towards visuals. I would say try to, you know, get your, like I said, song a month with visuals. And if you got 10 grand, try to get something crispy shot for a rack, you know?
Yeah.
So at least you got 10 songs with 10 visuals, right? You got 10 months figured out. Hopefully by that 10 months is up, your music is generating a little something, you know? Here's the disclaimer. The music has to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the shit that like nobody like
People talk
talks
about your story, yeah, and they're like,
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
I had resisted for years saying that.
How come?
Because it feels mean. You know what I mean? But it's like, for me, right? 99% of the time why artists are not blowing up, it's the music is not good enough. That's the harsh reality. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
And the issue is, and I get it, no artist ever thinks it's the music, you know? And I can say confidently, my first 11 projects, the music was not good enough until like Colorblind, Pink Elephant, so like project 9 and 10.
Uh-huh.
Before then, it was literally not good enough. This is me saying it. At the time, I thought it was. Of course, you couldn't tell me it wasn't. I thought that was the greatest shit ever. But deep down, I kind of knew.
You knew?
Yeah, because I would play like my first project and I would, you know, so zoomed in on it, like this is the hardest shit ever. And then I would go listen to the Marathon or like Take Care. And I was like,
but is it?
This sounds really good. Like, this sounds a lot better than my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, you know, I had to just convince myself that it's all good. Like, I'm on my way though. Like, I know I'm dope. Like, you know, just hype yourself up. But the music has to be great. And a lot of people's shit is not great. And that is the reality. And it sucks. It's a shitty thing. Like, you love music, you want to do it. But if it's not good enough, it doesn't matter how much work you're putting in. I think we got to stop with that shit. This whole like, oh, if you just work hard, you'll make it. No, you won't. It's not true. Sometimes your shit isn't good. I know people who have put out 1,000.
You know, he's right about that. Excuse me for sneezing. It isn't about how much stuff. He's getting ready to get into that, but it's really all about, is your music good? And even I can admit to some of my music, all of my music that I've released, wasn't good. When I go back and listen to a lot of it, a lot of my earlier work, it wasn't as good as I thought it was at the time. And I'm humble enough, and I understand more about the industry and more about the music itself, that it isn't about what you're putting out. It isn't about how many songs you're putting out and all like that. And you gotta understand, the music may not be good. The music may not be good. So you just gotta keep working. But I know he's getting ready to get into no matter how many songs you put out, you can do this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter how many songs you can put out. A lot of people with thousands and thousands of songs may not be good. Just being honest. I'm pretty sure there's like with Chris Brown. Chris Brown has a lot. Yeah, Chris Brown has talked in multiple interviews where he said he has like a crazy catalog of songs that he recorded. I can guarantee you, and I can guarantee you, and this is definitely no shot at Chris Brown at all. I love the guy, love what he's doing, but I can guarantee you, there's a couple of songs that he recorded that he knows, like, yeah, this shit trash. He understands the game. He understands it, and that's the reason why he's Chris Brown. Yeah, there's a whole lot of songs that we will never hear. We'll never hear it. It'll never see the light of day. At least not on his watch. But like Russ said, man, most songs ain't good. And for me, I understand that a lot of my old music that I've done throughout the years, I know a lot of it wasn't necessarily good or industry level, industry ready, mainstream, and nothing like that. So yeah, hear what Russ got to say. He talking that good talk, man.
Songs, and they're all ass. And so that person is, work hard, you'll make it. No, you won't. It's not true. Sometimes your shit isn't good. I know people who have put out 1,000 songs and they're all ass. And so that person is not anywhere.
They're not being real with themselves.
He's worked harder than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Gary Vee has this amazing, it's like a random YouTube video I saw like years ago. Somebody came up to him and was like trying to be a YouTuber. And they had asked him, like, I've put out 130 videos or 200 videos or whatever it was, and I'm not seeing any results. And I thought his advice to that person was so good. He said, I'm going to tell you something that I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to tell you something that I don't usually tell people, but you need to switch it up. You clearly have enough product out there that has given you enough research to let you know you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? And for me, it just rang so true. Like, I don't know, maybe that person just needs to make different videos, or maybe they don't need to be doing that career at all. But I know for me, when I put out 11 projects and there was no results, I knew innately that I was doing something wrong. Because I really believed the music was good enough. So I was like, all right, well, I'm doing something wrong with the approach then, with the release, which is what led to the Song a Week.
Which is a stepping stone for you, right? Because you have the research, but
Yeah.
you're actually looking.
You could drop a lot of songs, drop a lot of visuals. Like you said, you could drop a lot of songs and drop a lot of visuals, man. And none of that shit will never hit. Drop a lot of music videos, drop a lot of songs, albums, and that shit hit. Yeah, and it doesn't pop. You're doing something wrong. you're doing something wrong. Something isn't working. And you have product that explains that it's not doing anything good. you have reference things from yourself to show. Even for me, like I can talk about myself in this. Like, yeah, I have a whole lot of songs. I got a whole lot of songs, whole lot of super old songs on my old YouTube channel that didn't pick up any traction. Didn't pick up any traction, didn't do anything, and I can go back and watch it, go back and listen to it, and understand that, and understand, what I was doing at the time. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time, and at the time I thought it was good, but now with the more experienced brain and the more level of experience, years of experience of doing this, it was time to switch it up, and that's definitely what I've done and what I'm still doing. It's always good to switch it up. It's not necessarily saying, even for like most people that do music that has dropped a lot of songs and none of it's popped off. That doesn't mean, and I'm not saying that doesn't mean go flip some burgers. Go do that. Go go fry some French fries or nothing like that. Or go sweep a floor or go do something. No. That's definitely not what I'm saying. If you love what you're doing, all you can do is just get better. Understand where you're going wrong. Just understand where you're going wrong. Pay attention to the climate of the music. Pay attention to your music. See what you're doing. How you can get better. Not only just with your music, but the mixing quality. It could be the mixing. You could possibly have very good songs. The mixing quality is ass. The production of the song itself is just ass. The song could be a gold mine. There were songs that even my brother talking about, because he's a producer and he's produced a lot of big people. Dude got plaques on the wall. And he's told me a couple times, he was like, bro, you got good music. You got a good song. It's the beat. Sometimes it's the beat selection that you're using. It's the beat selection. Some of it was beat selection. Some of it was recording quality. And then some of it was, that's just with trash, bro. And some of my homeboys, man, some of my homeboys, they told me the same thing. Beat selections. Flow. Your flow don't work with this. Your voice don't work with this. Good lyric, it just doesn't work with this. So throughout the years, I switched it up. Started to really understand my voice and my range. And I can only do, and I can only get better. I don't plan on stopping. When people be like, "Oh yeah, hang it up," yo, fuck all them. Like, don't listen to none of them because they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them that tell you, "Yo, stop doing music, stop doing this, stop doing music, man. You too old for that." Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Eventually, they're gonna become fans, and they're gonna hit you with the whole thing of, "Oh yeah, I know him since such and such and such, this and that, yada yada yada." Yeah. I don't care how old you are. You can be 50. If this is what you love, do it. It'll pop. It'll pop. Keep working. just keep getting better. That's all I can say. And I'm taking that advice for myself. The only thing I can do is just keep getting better and learning more and more, not only about the production side of music, but also the business side, industry. The only way we can do is just keep getting better, keep doing it, and don't give in. I know life be lifing because life is lifing. Really crazy right now, even for me. To where I can't stream as much and I can't do music as much as I want to because gotta keep these lovely lights up. Gotta keep these bills paid, gotta keep the internet and stuff on so that way I can continue to keep doing this stuff, man. But yeah. Russ, like I said, Russ is talking that shit. And I love every bit of it. Let's keep going.
It's like, okay, why? You're not trying to fool yourself.
No.
But you're sitting here being like, I know the music is good. It's not great. It's not connecting. Why?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah. And I also think, we got to stop with this, like, if you don't make $1 million a year off your music, you're not successful. Like, bro, if you're like, it's too black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Artists need to be cool with, like, I'm not saying they're not, but there needs to be more information out there and more sort of reassurance that, hey, bro, you can make 70 grand in the year. And that's awesome. You made it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're paying your bills off of music, you made it.
100%.
Simple as that. I don't give a fuck what anyone
Facts.
says,
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be considered a win too.
No, that's a fact.
It can't just be a win if I'm charting on Billboard.
If you are able to pay your bills doing music, you have won. Facts. 100%. Fact. It doesn't matter if you've made $1 million. Doesn't matter if you made $1 million or not, bro, when it comes to this. And a lot of people think that, oh, you got to make millions in order to be successful. No, you don't. If you're making money, if, like you said, you could be making 70 to 80,000 a year. And that's good. That's really good. That's really good. 70 to 80K a year, just in general, outside of music, 70 to 80K, making 70 to 80K in a year, or years, you're making that. You're making that a year, bro. You're good. And if you're making that doing music to where you're able to pay your bills and live your life, you're doing good. You're doing really good. You're doing very well, actually. Because 70 to 80K a year is good money. It's good money. Most people don't even make most people who don't even do music or any type of entertainment who are working blue collar jobs don't even make that in a year. On average, most they're making 30 to 50. 30 to 50K. 30 to 50K a year. And to somewhat, I'm not a super math guy, but I would say like 50K, that's about maybe like $23 to $25 an hour. Maybe 20, I want to say 25. About $25 an hour. That's about 50K. And man, that's you're getting by. 50K a year is just, you're just getting by. And what I mean getting by is, nigga, you broke. Nah, but yeah, you're barely scraping by. Basically, you don't have crazy. Basically, you can't take 5, 6, 7. You can't take 30 trips in a year. Let's just say that you're not making that kind of money to where you can just go on vacation anywhere at any time, or you can go get on a flight anywhere at any time, and still think you're gonna be able to pay your bills. But yes, 70 to 80K, it's good. It's good money. 70 to 80K dollars, 80K, $70,000, $80,000 a year. That's good money. Pretty good. Pretty good. I would say that's good. It's good money. 100K, really good money. That's really good money. 300K, that's a lot. It's a lot of money, bro. A lot of money. That's a lot of money a year. That's a lot of money. I guess for me, this is just how I look at it. You're making 10 to 20K. That's not good money. That's not good money at all. 30 to 50K. That's, you're just keeping the bills paid. That's how I look at that. 10 to 10 to 20K. Not good money. I'm just gonna be honest. 10 to 20K a year. Not good money. That's not good money at all. You need to switch up immediately. 10 to 20K a year should be like in passive hustle. Just a very passive hustle to where you're really not doing nothing necessarily. You're necessarily not really doing nothing, like literally, to make that 30 to 50K. 30 to 50K is, you're just barely paying your bills. $30 to $50K, you're just barely paying your bills. Barely. No. I'm sorry. 30 to 60K, you're just barely paying your bills. 70 to maybe 80, 70 to 80K. Pretty good. It's good money. It's good money. You're able to pay your bills. You're able to pay your bills and have something left over. You're able to pay your bills, have something, and put something in savings. That's how I look at that. 90 to 100K, that's really good money. It's really good money. Really good. Yeah, that's really good money. 300K, a lot of money, bro. You're good. You're good. Believe me, you're good. 30K, you can technically let's just say 30K. 30K, 300K a year is, you could damn near get, you have access to a lot of things. A lot of things you didn't have access to, you have access to that now. You're making good money. Not only are you making good money, you could damn near drive any regular car that you desire. You can afford any regular car. And any regular car. But I mean, regular car, not hypercars or luxury high end. Yeah, you can somewhat afford like the lower end luxury cars, but I wouldn't recommend you do that. Yeah, it's just not financially smart to do that. So don't do that. Don't do that. But I would say with 300K, get you a nice ass house. At least get you a nice house. You should be able to afford a nice house. Not in California. Not in California, but I would say for sure. But I would say for sure, like in Georgia and Texas, yeah, you can get a nice house. Get a nice house. Get you like a 4 or 5 bedroom house. I can see that. Yeah, 300K. 300K is really fucking good money. Making 300K, yeah, that's really fucking good money. And 500 to $1 million, bro. You good. You're good. You're good. Get back, nigga. Get back. You better make sure your mama's straight. That's what I'm gonna say. You making 500 to $1 million a year. You better make sure your mama's straight. Your mama better not be living in no trashy house. And what I mean by a trashy house, like a old rundown apartment, low end apartment, or none of that. No. Your mama better be good. Because even I would look at people who are making like 500 to $1 million a year. And I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question of, hey, your mama good? You straighten out your mama? Your mama and your daddy? Your mama and your papa? Because they better be in a pretty good house. You making that amount a year? You living in this nice house, and your mama and your dad living in this? Like, I get it. They probably don't want to leave their hometown or whatever. That's fine. But you better make sure their living situation is good. Build them a house there. If they don't want to leave, you can ask them if they want to leave and move closer to where you are. Yeah, sure. Definitely recommend doing that. But if they don't want to leave, that's cool. If they don't want to leave the town and the town or the state or wherever they are, that's fine. But you damn sure better make sure they living good. They better have their own house. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, Russ, come on. Keep cooking, bro.
Rocks. I'm writing a paper on them. This is the last thing signed between me and Bray.
Or if I'm like selling out show or
Only
what.
so many spots for that.
Yeah,
man.
bro. It's like, nah, man. Like, not everyone. There's people who play basketball professionally who make 60 grand a year.
Yeah.
That's lit, though.
Yeah, you're doing what you
Not
love.
everyone's gonna make 40 mil a year.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And I know for me, like, when I was coming up, like, I was not ever going for that. I'm like, nah, I need to make fucking, because I had big dreams and big goals. But as I've gotten older, I just realized that, like, bro, it's not going to pan out like this for everyone.
Right.
But you can't feel like a loser and a failure if, like, yeah, I mean, I pay my bills off of music, but like I've never charted on Billboard and did so, like, yeah, I'm just a failure. It's like you gotta change your metric of what success is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to wake up and make songs and put them out, and you don't have to go get a job. Like, that's a win. And honestly, even if you're not
It's
able
a
to pay your bills
motherfucking
off of
win.
music, but you have a situation where you're able to
I'm sorry for pausing, but that is a motherfucking win. As I've gotten older, listen. Of course, I would love to chart. I would love to chart on the top Billboard, on the Billboard 100s. I would love to chart. But if I can wake up, drop a couple songs, put them out, and make crazy money, and make 90K. That's a win. I ain't gotta get up and I don't have to get up and go get a job. I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up to go get on somebody's clock to make money. Like, that's a win. That is a win to where every day I could just get up and come to my studio space, record a single, put it out, does well, make crazy money, make 80, 70, 80, 80K a year. Bro, make 80K. Pay my bills. That's a win, bro. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I still want to chart. That is a dream. I want to chart. I want to win a Grammy. I want to do those numbers. I want to do those numbers. But that takes time. But I want to get to a point. Right now, the thing is getting to a point where I'm just making money. Just making money from my music. Making money to the point where I can get away from a 9 to 5 to where I have to get up early in the morning and drive to a job that I don't necessarily want to go to, that I have to sit, that I have to work 7 to 8 hours out of my day every day to do. Like, I don't want to do that. Nobody really wants to do it. But if I can use my talent to finance what I'm doing, to finance me paying my bills and keeping my bills paid, keeping a roof over my head, keeping the lights on, keeping food in the refrigerator, keeping clothes on my back, being able to afford the new technology and all other things, being able to have a decent car, not just a decent car, a really good car. Like, I don't care about a hypercar. Yeah, hypercars are cool. If I am to be honest about hypercars, I probably wouldn't own one. I'll rent one for sure. Just like with T-Pain with his Bugatti. Yeah, I'll probably rent T-Pain's Bugatti. Hey bro, let me rent this off for you for a little bit. Let me go flex. But like own it? Nah. That's a goofy purchase. I'm not saying T-Pain a goofball for doing that. He had a lot of money. He was blowing money fast. He's a guy like me. He didn't come up. He wasn't born into money, and he came into a lot of money, and it just happened. But I'm happy that he told his story of all of that and how, he lost a lot of things, but then he came back and got back right. Like T-Pain really is an inspiration. I would love to do a song with bro. He probably never see this, but hey, T-Pain, we gotta drop a hit. We gotta drop one. We gotta do one. Yeah. Russ is cooking, y'all. Russ is cooking.
Express yourself freely, like maybe that's a win for you too.
Yeah.
It can't just be this like really toxic culture of like, you don't have $1 million, you're a fucking loser. It's like, oh golly, man.
Yeah, the material side of it.
It's brutal. Yeah.
But you used to have that conversation with yourself, right?
What?
Whereas like if I don't have the Hot 100, if I don't have the money.
Man.
So you're coming from experience.
Yeah, because I know what it's like to sort of, like I was talking about earlier, making a goal out of your enemy.
Yeah.
And desperately needing external validation to the point that all this shit that I've accomplished doesn't mean anything because of the one thing I haven't accomplished. You know, well, I've never had a Billboard #1 song. So really, how sick is this? You know, like
Right.
it's like, bro, that's like ridiculous. Or I don't have a Grammy, never even been nominated. So like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like a loser. Like, you know, it just makes you overlook all the things you've done. It's like that shit is just it's a recipe for depression, man. It really is.
Yeah.
To just ignore what you've done, not be grateful for it, not be able to self-acknowledge, you know, and give yourself recognition. We used to talk about this in therapy. It's like, why? I think the question was, this was like the first session I had like years ago. It was like, why do I need the world to clap for me before I can clap for myself?
That's a bar.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that was a real thing I struggled with. I still do every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I won't clap for me until the Grammys does. I won't clap for me until Billboard says, here's your #1. You know, oh, I got the #5 album. Fuck this.
Crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it because I come from the sports background where it's like,
Yes.
you either won or you're a loser.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's a really bad spot to be in.
As an artist.
As an artist, it's just not fucking healthy. So the metric for my goal is progress. That's it.
Yeah. And what does that look like?
A lot of times us as engineers, we spend a lot of time fixing
These
and
ads
not
are
enough
off the
time
wall.
mixing. From a good
Don't get me
EQ,
wrong,
we
I
gotta go
like
to
his
compression,
content,
that's
but
next thing.
I'll
So
have
we
to
gonna
skip
go
you
with
this
the-
time, bro.
Sometimes it's not even commercially. It's not even numerically. Sometimes it's like,
Right. That's why I ask. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes like it's, did I express myself in an even more authentic way this time? You know, like with this album with Wild, I'm like, this is progress for me because I was able to create an album that has the depth of like a Santiago, but it also has the freedom and versatility and liberation that a There's Really a Wolf has. You know, that's progress for me because I'm usually very black and white with how I think
Yeah.
and with my art and everything. And so for me, Wild is this beautiful gray area where I was able to express all my favorite sides of me as an artist. That's progress.
Yeah.
You know? So if the album doesn't chart higher than, you know, Santiago or whatever, it's like, but I made progress artistically. I made progress as a person, you know? And especially like Billboard charts and shit like that, it's so out of your control.
No, it's all
like,
bullshit too. I mean,
bro, you could, like, there's weeks, right, where the #1 album that week sold 52,000.
yeah. And it's
You know what I mean?
#1.
And it's #1.
Yeah.
Then there's weeks where the #7 album sold 52,000.
Yeah.
You just picked the wrong week.
Right.
You know what I
right,
mean? It's
right.
not this like guaranteed thing where if you sell this amount, you will get a #1. Like, it depends who's fucking dropping. It depends if there's a tragedy in the world that happened on your day.
Yo, and I'm a,
You know?
and you know this, like, but like, just keeping it a buck, man. Like, there are people who have the relationships with the folks at Billboard, and
Sure.
they talk to them, and they call them from the major labels, and they say,
Yeah.
okay, so but if we put together this, that, and the third, because
Yeah.
remember they took away the bundle stuff,
Yeah.
and then immediately though they started. People at the labels
Yeah.
were calling their people at Billboard or
Yeah.
Illuminate or whatever the hell it is,
yeah.
being like, but what if we did it this way? Can we? No, not that way. Okay, cool. But what if we did it this way?
Yeah.
That's acceptable?
Yeah.
Off to the races. It's just not purely on the album.
No, it's all the loopholes you're trying to find.
Yeah. Which I thought was like, I thought it was insane
Yeah.
that they took away.
Oh my God. The craziest shit ever because of incentivizing fans.
But that's what the majors
It's like,
do.
so marketing.
Yeah. So because I marketed the project,
Yeah.
you're taking that away from me.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's just like a game essentially.
arbitrary.
It's arbitrary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a guy at
All right. All right. Yeah. Well, I think this is a good place to stop. First and foremost, man, appreciate everyone that did stop in, that may have popped in. If you didn't say nothing, it's all good. I appreciate you taking the time, checking out my live, coming through, showing me a little bit of love, man. I appreciate that 100%. Like I said, we just looked at some videos on stuff in the music industry, and as an artist, and what I'm saying, just paying attention to a lot of that stuff. Not only am I showing this for y'all educational purposes, it's for my educational purposes as well, because I'm learning too. I'm a student of this game. I'm a part of this game too. And some of the insights of what I've learned, it showed me a lot. It definitely showed me a lot of what's happening with the industry and everything like that, and even with my music. Like I said, this is something that you have to love to do. Do what you love and love what you do. And like I said, with these videos that we watched tonight, man, it was good. I'm gonna make sure I subscribe to bro, because bro said some good stuff. Podcast is really good. Yeah, I'll definitely go check it out, man. Like I said, man, y'all definitely go check out the Manager's Playbook. Yeah, definitely go check that out for sure. He has very, 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 very good stuff, man. He has very, very, very good stuff. And from what I've seen so far, trust me, I'm gonna be watching a lot of this stuff. But yeah, like I said, man, make sure to follow all of my social medias at Young Jote. Follow and subscribe to my Twitch, my YouTube, my Trovo, my Kick gaming channels, Jote Be Gaming. Follow the Facebook gaming channel, Gaming with Young Jote. Make sure to follow my TikTok, man, Official Young Jote, man. I need to put out a visual. And there is a visual that I definitely want to put out to promote Everything Gucci, because Everything Gucci is available now on all streaming platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere, man. Make sure they go tap in with that, man. Well, it's not a new single, but it's a new collaboration project song. So y'all go check that out, man, and check us out, man. It's a good song. I think it's a good song. But yeah, y'all make sure to follow, man. We should be back. Like I said, we gonna be back streaming more, playing video games, streaming music, trying to get all that stuff back in order. Life was lifing pretty crazy, so I wasn't able to stream and do my thing in a good bit. So we back, we here. We're gonna try to grow, continue to get some more people, get new people in here, man. Let's get some stuff going. We're gonna keep this thing rolling, man. Like I said, I'm trying to be your future favorite artist. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all have a good night, man. Y'all be safe. And I'll see y'all in the next stream, bro. Peace.